Hi everyone, my name's Ewan and I just want to encourage you today with a short story. We read through the scriptures, through the Bible, and we see the men and women that did some awesome things for God. We read of Noah, Jonah, Abraham, David, Mary, the mother of Jesus, Paul and John, who wrote Revelation. And it's encouraging because we read the stories of their life and what they did. But for them, they didn't know the end result. They just knew that God was faithful and they had to trust him. They didn't have something to read to encourage them. The only thing they had was the God who was faithful. Through life, things happen. Storms come and we go through situations. I don't know if you know, but at New Brighton, a boat was built, a pirate ship, and it was built out of timber and driftwood, etc. And it stood there for a long time in the rocks, on the sand, on the beach, and many people went. You may have seen it. But a couple of years ago there was a great storm and it absolutely obliterated it and destroyed it. Only the foundations were left to be seen. But what the boat didn't know, on the other side of the wall was a lot of wood and driftwood that had been piled up with a sign, with a date saying when man was going to rebuild it. I'm laughing because this is take 50, so I'm not stopping. So, as you look at it now, absolutely destroyed, but the boat can't see what's going to happen. And for us, we can go through many circumstances in life where we feel battered and a bit stormed. And if you've lived a bit, you'll know what I'm talking about, because we don't get away from it. And there's things we will go through no matter who we are. And God does not promise that he will take us away from it or keep us from it, but he promises that he will take us through it. And as we read the scriptures, we see where these men and women came through, and it builds our faith up and encourages us. I just want to encourage you with a small story of when I was about 25, I had 3 children. 2 of them were still in nappies, and I had lost my job, and the social had not given any money to me at the time. And when I opened the cupboards one day, there was 2 tins of soup and a tin of beans and a few odd bits in the fridge. I had no money. My car was on the front with no petrol. And it was so difficult. I was making the children's nappies out of kitchen towels that you dry up with. Nobody was in the house this morning, and I was crying, absolutely weeping before God to help me. I cried out to him, God, please help me. I'm desperate. I need you. A couple of hours later, there was a knock on the door. I opened the door, and on the footpath was bag after bag of Asda bags filled with every known food you can think of. Nappies galore. You name it, it was in there. I asked the person, how on earth did you know? And what they said was, a couple of hours ago, God spoke to me while I was shopping in Asda, and he told me to buy you food and clothes and nappies, and also give you some money for fuel. It was an amazing thing that I have never ever forgotten, how God in his faithfulness comes through. And that had happened so many times, and it has also happened for so many of you. You may be in a situation, a circumstance, like that ship, battered by the storms of life. It could be physical, spiritual, financial, emotional, relational. You don't know what it is. You don't know what to do. You don't know how you're going to get through it. But I want to encourage you to trust in your God. Be faithful to him. Thank him in all circumstances for what he's done. And your God, who loves you, will come through for you. He will take you through that storm in that situation and that circumstance that you find yourself. I promise you, stand firm on him. Stand firm on his word, where he is not a man that he would lie. He is the author and he is the finisher of your faith. Trust him like all the men and women in the scriptures that we read, and you will see your God come through for you. God bless you.